Hey boys and girls, I'm going to show you a new workplace game to play today, and this is called Racing Fractions. So you can carefully read over the instructions on your own, but I'm going to give you a quick summary and the object of the game. So this game is going to help you think flexibly about fractions. It's going to help you with equivalent fractions and adding fractions. And you will need the game board, which is on the third tab over, and then you'll also need this record sheet. And so when you get your game board, you're going to set it up with someone at home to play with, and you're going to get the markers set at 0 for each number line. And you'll notice that the number lines are divided into fractions. So it starts with 1/2, moves to thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, eighths, and then tenths. You'll also notice that there are some equivalent fractions that you can easily identify by using these number lines. To get started, you and a player are going to each pick a card, and the player with the highest fraction will be the first player. So I got 5/6, we'll say that's me, and then the other player got 1/10. So 5/6 is much greater than 1/10. Here's 5/6 on the number line. You can see that here, and then here's 1/10. So I would be player 1. So I'll go ahead and just move those out of the way, and then I'm going to flip over another card. The object of the game is to be the player who gets to 1 on all of the number lines first. So I'm going to pick my card. I got 9/10. So let's say that I'm the red game marker. I'm going to go ahead and move this game marker to 9/10. Now I could break it up into other fractions to add those together, but this time I'm just going to keep it simple and move to 9/10. Now on my game marker, or on my record sheet, I need to write down my fraction. So I got 9/10. And then I also need to write an equation that goes with that. So I'm going to do 9/10 times 1, because that equals 9/10. Okay, and then it would be my partner's turn to go. But since I'm just demonstrating this, I'm going to go ahead and take another turn myself. All right, so now I have flipped over 4/5. I'm going to go ahead and move my game marker to 4/5. And again, I'm just going to keep it really simple to get started, and I'm going to record that on my record sheet here. I'll go ahead and write my equation. All right, you can see that I wrote 4/5 times 1 equals 4/5. Now I'm going to go back to my game board and flip over another card. This time I got 7/8. So I'm going to move my game marker to 7/8. You can see I have a few that are getting really close to 1. I'm going to make an equation on my record sheet as well. All right, I've recorded my equation. I'm going to go back to my game board. Now keep in mind that I can add and subtract. I'm trying to get to 1 on each of my number lines. Here I have 8/10. Well, 8/10 is not going to work for me to go to because I'm already at 9/10. So I need to be thinking about how can I make an equation to use 8/10. All right, I really had to do some thinking here, but I think I have a plan. So I think I can do something with this 8/10. I'm going to go ahead and write an equation out first and see if that works, and then I'll move my game markers. All right, like I said, I really had to do some thinking there to figure this one out. But I was thinking I could move one of my game markers to the 1/2 because that's equivalent to 5/10, and then plus 1/5, that's equivalent to 2/10, and then 1/10. So I'm going to go ahead and make those moves. I went ahead and wrote my fractions underneath with all of the same denominator because I really had to do that to figure it out. I'm going to go back to my game board and make my move, but this does equal 8/10. And then I'll probably erase the second line so that I have room for another turn, or maybe not. All right, so remember on my equations, I said I can move one of my markers to 1/2 because that's equivalent to 5/10. You can see that here. And I could move more than one marker on a turn. Then I can move this one 1/10, and that gets me all the way to 1. And then 4/5 is equivalent to 1/5 is equivalent to 2/10. So I'm going to move that one more time. All right. So the object of this game is to be able to move all of your game markers to the 1. Players go back and forth taking turns flipping over cards, moving their game markers, and writing equations. Make sure you help your partner out and check their work as they go. If you can't make a move, then you miss that turn, and then it goes to the next player. Have fun!